friends, welcome to LeggLife. This can be a little bit different of a video because I'm coming to you from Vancouver, Canada, but we're going to be talking about Colorado. A lot of you guys will know we have cruise vlogs coming up here very soon. However, so many of you have asked how my Colorado trip went that I wanted to just make like a quick little one-take video telling you about Colorado, giving you an update on Mom, and just letting you know how the heck that trip went before we just dive headlong into cruise vlogs. So this is a little bit of a Colorado trip update, Mom update video from Canada. So most of you know by now my mom is battling cancer. She was diagnosed recently with a kind of a late stage aggressive form of cancer, and I got to spend a few weeks with her, a couple weeks with her last month. And recently Sherri and I were talking about Mother's Day coming up and just, you know, uncertainty of the future and life, and we thought what an opportunity for me to go down and spend Mother's Day with my mom. So I flew from Anchorage down to Denver, rented a car, drove to Pueblo, and spent a few days with my mom. Now let me tell you a little bit about just kind of what the trip entailed, some of the highlights for me, how it went, and then I'll tell you how kind of Mom is doing. It was, a few friends have texted me since the trip and just kind of asked how it went. It was one of those trips that for the rest of my life, I will be so thankful I took. Getting to have time with just my mom and I, it's always special, but I feel like this kind of situation we find ourselves in just, it's like it amplifies every minute we get. And so it was just, gosh, it was so special. I gotta tell you, that hug that I got from my mom when I got to her house was just like, literally, we'll never forget it. We'll absolutely never forget it. We hung out a lot of stuff, or a lot of time, just hanging out, talking, and that was, I think, maybe my favorite part of the trip. Was just the conversations that we got to have, sitting on her bed, just talking about stuff. One of those conversations I actually recorded for a podcast that uploaded on Saturday over on the LeggLife podcast, and it was just the kind of thing where, you know, my mom and I have always been really good friends. She's not just a great mom, she's been a great friend to me too. And we've always communicated and talked really well. I mean, maybe not always, I mean, let's be honest. In the junior high, elementary years, probably even some high school years when kids are jerks, we probably didn't communicate the best, but that's on me, no doubt. But we just got to sit and talk a lot. I got to hear a lot of her stories. We just, I don't know, it was so special. I went down there just kind of with the hope of just having time with Mom. And I left feeling like I got so much more. It was a cool trip. You know, Mom is napping a lot and sleeping a lot, which is really good. And so when she would nap or sleep, I would either do stuff around the house or I'd go out and see some of Pueblo. I'd go to like Walter's Beer, the local brewery, and just kind of hang out. And so it also gave me an opportunity to just kind of get out a little bit and breathe. You know, I think when you're in hard situations like that, it is nice just to kind of step outside and just take a breath, right? And so I had that space as well. There were a couple little road bumps along the way. We ended up in the ER for Mom one of the days, totally unexpected. But fortunately, it was the kind of thing that it really was just like a little road bump, a little bump in the road, and she was back home later that night, and everything that was a concern was taken care of. There were some like real highlights. You know, got to meet a new palliative care doctor for Mom, and because Mom went into the ER, I actually extended my trip by a day. I was like, you know what, like, Mom's not gonna go in the ER one day and then I'm on a plane the next day. It's like, peace, good luck. So I extended my trip, and because I extended my trip, I got to be there to meet this new doctor, and I can't imagine how it could have gone better. Mom feels really comfortable and at peace with him. I do as well. We got to ask a lot of questions, get a lot of clarity around stuff, and it was just, I don't know, I got in my car, I called my brother when I got in the car leaving, and I had so much peace with where things were, with the time I had with Mom, the conversations I had with Mom, but just like the care that she's receiving, and even being down there, just like how thankful I am for a lot of things in this season of life, you know, mom has a lot of friends that really love her so well and are caring for her and bringing like meals by her house and are like helping her with rides places and just whatever she needs. Throughout this whole process, we got to meet an amazing woman named Melissa who's coming into mom's house once a week. And at first the thought was like, oh, let's just get help with some cleaning stuff. But Melissa's become so much more than that in just a matter of weeks. And, you know, when you're thousands of miles away from your mom who's going through a major medical situation, to know that there's a support system that exists there brings like the biggest peace of mind to myself and to my brother. And I got to get in my car and leave Pueblo, thankful for the time I had with mom and really at peace with the situation where she is. And what more could you ask for? So kind of a little bit of a health update for mom. She had her first chemo. Actually, I think maybe the day that this video is posting, she's having chemo number 2 or the day after. And so we don't yet know how it's working. We probably won't until maybe June or so. And so, yeah, mom is sleeping well. Mom is feeling better. They finally have pain management figured out as far as like what kind of medication and all that sort of stuff. And so I'm really thankful for that. But we still have a month or so before we know if is chemo working, all of that kind of stuff. We keep envisioning in our minds the thought of chemo working and shrinking the tumor and all of that kind of stuff. So that's what we're projecting into the universe. That's how we're praying that all those things are happening. I did bring down, thank you guys so much. A number of you sent cards to mom. Some of you sent gifts to mom, so I got to bring all of those down to her. Thanks. You guys are continuously absolutely amazing. So that's kind of the update on mom. It was like, I think I said this earlier, it was a trip that for the rest of my life I will never regret making. I think that we're planning on going back there in June. It is my mom's 75th anniversary. Well, yes, it's her 75th anniversary of her birth. That's, Sherri, don't mock me. It's my mom's 75th birthday in the middle of June 20th. And so we're gonna fly out there, be with her on her 75th birthday. What a huge milestone, right? And my mom has been talking about her 75th birthday for, it seems like 75 years. She's been looking forward to this birthday. So we're gonna go be with her and excited to have just kind of the whole family together. The plan is for Sherri to go with me on that trip as well. And we're just excited to go back to Pueblo, excited to be with mom, excited to celebrate her birthday. You know what? I hadn't planned on doing this. Here's what we're gonna do, gosh darn it. Because I know you guys are gonna ask, because you did this with the frickin' get well cards, because you're amazing. Do you guys wanna send birthday cards to my mom? How about we just do that? How about we flood my mother for her 75th birthday with birthday cards? You can send them to our P.O. Box. All of the information is down below in the video description. Send them to us. We'll bring them with us on her 75th birthday. And as mom lays in bed and heals up and just kind of gets better, she has a whole bunch of cards to read from people all around the world. My mom's name is Nita, N-I-T-A. And yeah, the trip was really good, you guys. The trip was really good. Getting to sit with my mom and hear stories that I never knew. Getting to hear stories of growing up, getting to hear stories of family, getting to hear stories of her experiences in her life, and then getting to record those for like the podcast. That is now a file that I have for the rest of my life of my mom's voice and my mom's stories. And it was one of the things that a lot of you had told me to do when we had mentioned about mom's cancer, is you said start documenting that stuff, take lots of photos, record her voice. So many of you had said that you wish you had done stuff like that, because all that you have maybe are like voicemails. And so thank you for those of you who encouraged me to do that. It's given me a gift that I will have and cherish just forever. So friends, there's the Colorado update. The next video you see will be cruise vlogs. Do I know when that's gonna happen? No, I have no clue. I am, normally I rush to get cruise vlogs out. I try to get them out really quick after the cruise. I'm gonna give myself some time on this one. The reality is I may want to start editing these on the cruise ship. I may need the mental break. I'm feeling pretty down, and the editing process may help me. So you may have cruise vlogs very soon. You may have cruise vlogs a long time from now. I don't know. But the next video you see will be a cruise vlog. Friends, I love you guys so much. Thanks for asking about my mom. Thanks for caring about my mom. Thanks for just all of the kind words and emails and cards and DMs that you guys have sent. It's so cool to have a community. In some ways, it's easy to build a community that celebrates all of the fun stuff in life, right? The cruises, the trips, the great stuff. But when life gets heavy and life gets hard, it's cool to have a community that steps in rather than like steps out or steps away. That's when you know you have true community, when you have people who run in instead of run out, and you all have run in the most amazing way. I love you guys so freaking much. So, LeggLife community, I'll see you on the next video, cruise vlogs.